Shifting our focus to the national capital now, after public backlash over tree felling in the national capital, the Government of India has finally stepped in. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has now issued details of how the development work could be undertaken without the felling of trees. The government also ordered planting of more than 1 million trees in the next 3 months. Earlier, the green cover of the national capital was under severe threat after the government planned to chop off around 17,000 trees for redevelopment of central government accommodations in South Delhi. So this is a big step taken by centre after massive outrage over the tree felling plan in the national capital. The centre has finally stepped in, and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has now issued details of how the development work could be undertaken without the felling of 17,000 trees. The government has also ordered planting of more than 1 million trees in the next 3 months. So this is the latest development coming in on the issue, which has drawn a lot of flack in the national capital and across the country. Earlier, the green cover of the national capital was under severe threat after government planned to chop off around 17,000 trees for redevelopment of central government accommodations in South Delhi. In fact, one important development that is going to take place today as well is the meeting between AAP MLAs and NBCC officials. And this meeting is scheduled to take place today. And the second big development, as we told you, is the retraction of sorts by the centre, as they have now proposed that this plan could be implemented without the felling of trees. Milan Sharma is joining me live with more details on this. Milan, there are two important developments. First is the meeting between AAP MLAs and NBCC officials, which I believe that is scheduled to take place later today. And the second is the retraction of sorts by the centre. But first, give us the details of what will be on the table in this AAP MLAs and NBCC meet.
Well, the Delhi-led Aam Aadmi Party had asked the NBCC officials as well as officials of the UD ministry to come and do a ground check on where exactly the permissions have been given to cut trees and how many of them have been felled for the central government redevelopment of colonies project. In fact, 7 of these colonies had to be redeveloped, 4 by the CPWD and 3 by the NBCC as well. And for this reason when we spoke to the NBCC chief, he had said that permission for only 3,600 trees to be felled has been approved through the Delhi government's channels there, through the Lieutenant Governor. But we're talking about felling of almost 16,500 trees. But what comes as a relief to the citizens as well is that the Urban Development Ministry as well has taken cognizance of the fact and has said that redevelopment plans will be redone and they will be incorporated without the use of felling trees unnecessarily. This is an announcement that has come directly from the Urban Development Ministry, and they have said that they will be transplanting or retransplanting at least 1 million trees in that situation. And they are saying that these will not be saplings. In fact, these will be full grown at least trees till the level of 4 to 5 feet. And this is what was decided in the meeting chaired by the Urban Development Ministry officials, the Secretary as well as the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi. So 2 major developments in the wake of how many protests have taken place through a lot of people who have been campaigning since the time they found out that Delhi would be losing its green cover of about 16,500 trees. And this is a challenge that the government is going to face now to incorporate the green cover as well as redevelop these colonies. And the NBCC, will also be planting trees along with the addition of the DDA, the Delhi Development Authority, as well as the DMRC, which is the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, will also be looking at planting of these trees. Back to you.
Right, Milan. Thank you for these inputs. So, redevelopment without tree felling. This is the new plan which centre is mulling upon, and we will be tracking all the important details as and when it happens on this issue.